Well, hi there, football fans. Welcome to another edition of Onside SA, the show that finds you people who are going to travel overseas with the last one standing. Budgie and I were just discussing it. It's starting to get to the stage where people have utilised all the top teams, Budge.
Yeah.
With the football, it's looking interesting. Just to get the stats out, Budge, there's 73 left. Only 10 went, last week.
Yeah, Arsenal was the main.
Everyone was on Spurs.
Yeah. Spurs, Liverpool, and
a
couple of shrewdies on Watford.
56 on Spurs,
Tottenham,
10 on Liverpool. So 73 goes through now. Sean Matthews has got to go tote favourite to win this.
Well, Sean's gone every week. He's gone for one team.
So he could go one hit.
Big week for Sean this week.
He's got four
picks. Yeah.
8 people have 2 picks.
Yeah. Including Mr. Michel Narak, who will no doubt be chirping us later on this morning. Yeah.
Peter de Villiers, Peter de Villiers, is that the rugby coach?
Yeah. No.
He's still odds on to win it.
Tottenham supporter. Yeah.
And, let's hope he wins it then.
Yeah.
Budge, and is he the favourite to win it now?
Well, with the teams, they've written the teams down
Sean
there.
Matthews, yeah. He's had Spurs, Watford, Everton, Leicester, Bournemouth. He deserves it. The only guy I know who's used teams like that is Keith Hughes.
Yeah, Keith's also done
Keith's used all these bun and cokes and they've won for him.
Yeah.
But it's getting tough now, Budge.
Well, there's
the
14 people that can still use Man City this week.
Who they got?
Well, they can pick Man City, 14 people.
Who they're playing?
Man City, Stoke away on Monday night.
Oh. Okay, so
nice
it's all coming down to the wire. 73 left. Now rugby dropped from 103 to 34. All these knowledgeable boys.
Yeah.
But as we've always said, it's a spin of a coin.
Yeah. Now, the bookmakers aren't stupid. The boys.
Sharks buried them. 22 guys went out.
Keegan Daniel, what he was doing with the line out, I don't know.
Yeah, and at the death there. And then the Bulls took 20, the Blues took 10, Brumbies took 10. Mm-hmm. And Stormers took 3, Sunwolves took 2.
Yeah. Was James Goodman, the Sunwolves?
Yeah, the Sunwolves. Well, he's got relatives in Japan, so that's probably why he went for them. So, Clayton Fisher.
Well, his dad's been picky. Obviously, he put the money up for his dad. First week, 5 picks, 5
What's
wins.
What's his dad's name? Mr. Fisher?
Mr. Fisher, yeah. Last week, 3.
Mr. Fisher,
he's had 8 picks in separate teams.
Now, Richard Allen, he's the favourite. That's John's brother.
John's brother, Richie. Mandine Park boy living in Mpangeni. He's got the biggest differential of all the boys. He was on the Highlanders last week. On the Hurricanes last week. So Richie's a shrewdy, played rugby, played a million sports.
Yeah.
Going through all the people,
Yeah,
big shout.
So Richard Allen's gone favourite to win the rugby bet, and there are 3 people with 2 picks each. Now, we're going to get our international pundit on the line, Stevie B. His team, Fulham, are flying. There are a lot of games that come out of the Championship. That's taking shape, as is the Premiership. And let's see if we can get Steve. Give us a shout when you get Steve on the line, guys. They're trying to get hold of him now. Let's look at the Champions League results in the meantime. Budge, on Tuesday, PSG, Real Madrid. PSG are a very good side, Budge. They're a very good side. Even without Neymar, they're a good side.
Just miss Neymar. Just a lot. You've got to worry. When you don't have a player like Neymar, you'd have to worry about the guy on the left. Di Maria had the ball a lot, but he just didn't do anything with it.
He's also, I wasn't mad about him at United, but he's got ability.
No, he has, but he's unreliable.
Yeah. Liverpool, Porto, who would have thought 0 or draw?
They threw the 1-5-0 away. Big game on Saturday against Man United. Your focus is obviously on that game.
Where's that?
It's at Old Trafford on Saturday lunchtime,
Because whenever you go on Facebook, the people sling off. The Liverpool guys sling off about United, and United sling off about Liverpool. So this is...
2 bad teams when you look at the league positions and over the history of the club. But it's still the biggest game in the world for the majority.
Yeah, there'll be 1 billion people watching that game. Wednesday, yesterday, Tottenham, my beloved Tottenham, when they should never have gone out.
No.
From both legs, they showed a lot of ability. Dyer called ball watching.
Again. He sold the jerseys against Liverpool.
Do you remember against Man United?
He
sold it and they played him at the back.
I don't know what he's doing in the team. Because he doesn't do anything for me.
No, he's not good enough passer with the ball. And he's not scoring enough goals either.
No, he doesn't create. He's a dinkum centre-half that loves the midfield because he doesn't get involved. He sits and thinks he can pass and play.
Let them barely do that.
Yeah.
And get Wanyama on. But they've got to get the Brazilian.
Yeah. I think Pochettino is going to come under a bit of pressure.
The pressure with no trophies. That's the pressure. Yeah. They've got the FA Cup left. They can't win the league. Got the FA Cup left.
Well, we're on them for the FA Cup, Paul.
Yeah, you were on them long ago. Yeah. So let's hope you're right. But well done, Juventus goes through. But I can't see them winning.
No, they
can. Good sides. Yeah. And then Man City threw out the youngsters, but it's a defeat. Basel beat them.
All you got to do is get to the next round.
All right, I believe the international pundit Stevie B's there. Hello, Steve.
Morning. How you doing?
Morning, Steve.
All right, Stevie, we're going to ask you, Budge and I are going to speak to you about some games that we've got coming up in the championship, and it's looking very tight and tough there. But just before we do, you've got your team for last one standing?
I have, yes. I think I might be sort of bucking the trend, but I'm going to go for Arsenal. I think they've got to bounce back.
Okay.
Whatever happens tonight in Milan.
All right.
So, they can't keep losing, but,
well, that's
I'm
the end
have
of
to
Steve.
Go with them sometime.
Steve, was nice having you in the contest. You're out this week.
Steve, you obviously watched the Tottenham game last night.
I did, yeah. I just thought they were a little bit naive. Yeah. They had the game won at 1-0, and they didn't need to go for the jugular, and they got caught cold, and it's almost like they froze for 5 minutes and weren't sure what to do.
Yeah.
And once Juventus get ahead, I mean they're a hard team to crack open. Very experienced. Disappointing. It's very disappointing.
Was it the commentator saying the last 20 games they conceded 3 goals? They all came from Spurs. They must be a good defence.
Yeah, I mean they haven't lost in months. In fact I think they said it was the first time they'd actually gone behind in a game for several months. I mean they don't panic. They weren't. Tottenham were by far the better team in the first half, and needed a second goal. But once that first goal went in, I think Tottenham's heads went down and they caught. I mean it was a poor second goal to give away.
Yeah. Right, Budge has knocked out some games he wants your opinion on.
Yeah, Steve,
sure.
Championship, big game of the weekend, obviously Fulham Preston, what do you think?
I know, it is a big game. I mean, it really is because, as we sort of think of it, I mean, Preston are, right up there still. They can't afford to lose this one because there are other teams. And us, I mean, we're 14 unbeaten and, we still think that we've got a chance of automatic promotion.
Yeah.
So, whilst that dream's alive, I think, we'll go for it.
Yeah, if it'll help you, I spoke to my boys after the Preston game. Apparently we were lucky against Bristol City. We were hanging on at the death, but 3 good points. And our form at Deepdale has been shocking the last, I think, 7-8 games. And Fulham having won 11 of the 14, obviously you got a big shout again, Steve.
Yeah, well, I think, that's, look, we're going to go there sort of fairly confident we're playing well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is no question that Alexander Mitrovic has been, superb for us.
Yeah.
And he's still, by all accounts, not quite 100% match fit, but he's getting stronger and better every game. And as one or two of the opposing managers we played think the same, they said he's not a championship player, he's a premiership player. No. But, we were fortunate to get him, and hopefully we can keep him fit and,
take you up,
not upset the referees too much.
Yeah, you're right. This is a bit of a lunatic. Obviously, the big game is the the Birmingham clash, Aston Villa Wolves. You think Villa can beat them?
Yeah, I mean, Wolves bounced back with a very strong performance at Leeds last night.
Yeah.
From what I saw, the highlights and the reports, they completely dominated the game from start to finish. I think for those teams who are chasing second place and beyond, I think they want Wolves to win that, because I still think Wolves are going to, be very clear at the end. So for us particularly, if Wolves win at Villa, that would help.
Yeah. Steve, Hull City, Norwich. Norwich drawn the last 5 games, struggling to score.
Yeah, I mean Hull. It's interesting. I mean, all 5 of the teams at the bottom lost the other night. Hull probably got a little bit more form about them at home. Generally, Norwich just keep drawing. I mean, they're they have no chance really of the playoffs now. So I would be surprised if Hull maybe. I think maybe a win or a draw at the worst. I'd be surprised if they lost that.
Yeah, other team that was going well, they've lost a couple of games lately. Sheffield United at Ipswich Town.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's very interesting. Obviously, Fulham played Sheffield on Tuesday.
Yeah.
In the first 15 minutes, Sheffield played very well. They were very lively, closed us down. Once we went ahead, their heads went a bit, and really it was game over. they're not a bad side, Sheffield United. But they win a lot and lose a lot. They do concede goals. They've away from home, they've only kept one clean sheet. So and Ipswich have surprised me. I thought they would struggle a bit this season, but they've had some good results, especially on the road at Preston recently.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a draw there. I think it's quite a tight one to score.
Okay. Other game I think could be another nailed-on draw. Millwall-Brentford. Both in good form. Should be a close game.
They are. Millwall certainly. So they're right up there with the form teams, and I think they really have surprised everybody. They're only 6 points adrift of a playoff place. They've won 5 away in a row. At home, they've dropped a few points, but they are strong. And I think, I think that could go either way. Brentford were right up there. They've had a bit of a wobble. Brentford play Cardiff in a rearranged game on Tuesday at Griffin Park.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, for Brentford's aspirations, they need to get sort of minimum 4 points from those 2 games.
Okay, one team I just can't fathom out is Sunderland. They're at QPR. Is this the last chance saloon for Chris Coleman's team?
Well, I think because all the teams around them keep losing as well, they're not actually that far adrift. When you look at that league table,
it's 4 points.
There's a handful of points between the bottom sort of 5 teams. So they're not showing great form. They'd had a couple of good draws recently, and I thought that they would maybe give Aston Villa a better game, but the sounds of it, again, Villa won that very comfortably.
Yeah.
So, and QPR are a very strange team. 1 week, they pull out a great result, and then a couple of weeks ago at home they conceded 5 to Nottingham Forest. So I'd be surprised if QPR don't win that one at home.
Okay, and the last one, Steve, is 2 teams that just confound me as well, both out of form, Reading and Leeds United.
Yeah, well, Reading are having a shocking time. They've only had 1 win in about 12. That was at Burton. Leeds, same thing. Leeds, change of manager hasn't made any difference at all to them. Really showing some poor form. It's hard to call. It could go either way. As I say, neither playing with much confidence. Leeds, I think, might be a bit too strong, but they're just, as you say, 2 very, especially after last season. Leeds obviously just missed out on the playoffs. Reading got to the playoff final.
Yeah.
And here Reading find themselves 5 points clear of the bottom 3, which is, too close to call for them.
Stevie, before we let you run, I want to ask you, Liverpool travel to United. Can they get something out of it this weekend?
I think that could be a really exciting game. In my sort of fantasy league, I put that down as a sort of a 2-2 draw. I think there could be goals there. I think Liverpool will attack. I don't think there's any point in them doing anything else. They rested a number of players, key players, the other night in the Champions League, so they go there quite fresh. United are not playing great. I thought they did very well when they came back at Palace at 2-0. I actually thought, crikey, what's going on? But actually, the last half an hour they totally dominated. So I think it's a great. It's always a good game. I think there's great rivalry, and it's looking forward to that.
Okay, one last question from my side before we pass you back to Budgie. In local soccer, will Free State Stars beat Chipper United?
Yeah, no, I think that's a nailed-on banker, isn't it?
But
yeah, Steve, I can't say good luck for your team on Saturday, obviously facing mine.
Right, listen, I'm not even going to say may the best team win. Let's just hope it's a good game, and I'll take an honourable draw now. We can't afford to drop too many points, but we've had a run of 5 really tough games, and the game against Preston would be 6 games in a row against teams in the top 8.
Yeah.
Top 8, top 9. So we can come through that unscathed. I'd be quite pleased because we now don't play anybody in the top 10 for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So it makes it interesting.
Yeah, we'll take a draw, but obviously we've got to go for it, and that's in our strength, scoring goals. So as you say, I think Fulham better team of the 2.
I'm sure there will be some media contact between us at some point after 5 o'clock on Saturday.
All right, Steve, enjoy it.
Stevie, thanks very much once again.
Cheers, pleasure.
All right, cheers there. Right, guys, there's Stevie B, the international pundit, giving us again a very good update here. But he knows what's going on.
It's just a pity we can't watch the championship games, but knowledgeable as hell, Stevie.
He knows what's going on there. Let's talk local soccer because there were PSL results, and we just want to talk about Wednesday. Bloem Celtic, not good enough.
No, not good enough. They don't score many goals. I think they've scored 18 in 22 games now. So if you don't score, you're under pressure. And Polokwane do score.
Yeah.
So that's a big result for Polokwane. It's thrown them way up way away from the relegation place anyway.
And Chiefs Pirates.
You know, what's funny is everybody I spoke to from after the show on Thursday till before the game, told me Pirates would win. It was amazing. Well. He just said, listen, Chiefs can't score. Pirates, good young players.
Yeah.
And 3-1, comfortable.
You know, the PSL is, there's a lot of interest in the PSL, and obviously, but when you have a look at the top of the log, we've said Chiefs and Pirates going to battle to win the league. Chiefs have now dropped a couple of points further back, but the league is, they're roughly 23 games these teams have played. Sundowns 43 points.
Yeah.
They're only 4 ahead of Pirates.
Yeah, and they played in Rwanda yesterday in the CAF Champions League, so that may take the eye off the ball. But 4 points.
Yeah, it's not that much.
7 games to go, though.
7 games to go. Free State Stars do very good. 37 points.
Great season.
Marisburg, great season, 35.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Fadu
Davids. Chiefs 35 and Cape Town City 34. Now that might seem interesting until you look at the bottom of the PSL standings. Now, we spoke about Gavin Hunt, you know, he'd won it last year. He's got his team up to 8th now.
Yeah.
He was sitting at the bottom 16th. He's 8th on 29 points with Bidvest Wits. And from there, Budge, the 9th, Bloem Celtic, 29 points.
Yeah.
10th, Golden Arrows 27, 11th Polokwane 27, Chipper United 27, Amazulu 27, Supersports United 27. That only leaves 2 more teams, and they're on 24. Ajax Cape Town, and Platinum Stars.
Yeah, so Platinum I think are gone.
They've got a game on Ajax and Supersport. They could push themselves 20. They're still in trouble.
Still in trouble. 1 goal I think in their home games.
Still in trouble.
Let's hope Amazulu get a result or 2. We don't need a KZN team going down.
No. We need a few more in the league here. We've got to hope they stay up. The Usutu. Let's talk British football. There's some very good games this weekend, and we start off, Budge. You can tell us what you think. West Brom, are they doomed?
West Brom, I think they're gone, but they think they've won 1 in 26. So you just can't believe it. But United, Liverpool, Paul, form goes out the window. Of the 2 teams, Liverpool are playing well, by far playing better than Man United. I know we came back from 2-0 down, but I just don't like the balance of the team. There's no width. We just don't look right.
I was a little concerned that they shouldn't have let Lukaku score. It's defenders all around him. And
he's only going on his left foot.
And
then watched him.
And they got caught napping for the second goal by United. So, to me, United have stayed up in second for most of the year. But it's not the United we know.
No, it's not. That's testament to how good Mourinho is. When you have a look, Spurs are a better team than United. So do I think Liverpool are, with all due respect. But he's got them going. It's time we put a performance in. I don't like the balance. It's wishy-washy.
Sure, I don't think it's a great team at the moment.
No, it's not a good.
You know, they got. It just shows a great keeper's a great start.
That's it.
You know,
without him, I think we'd be 7th or 8th. But he's kept us in the game.
Yeah.
But at Old Trafford, Paul, I think we've only lost 2 of 42. Yeah. And that was both to Man City.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Because Liverpool win, they go past them, and Man United go straight back ahead of them. So they were joking. 11 hours you held second.
Yeah.
And now.
Well, it's sing for your supper time at Old Trafford for a lot of players.
This is going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah, I just worry who's going to play at fullback, because I can't have Valencia and Ashley Young as fullbacks.
Me too. They're struggling a bit.
Yeah, there's no cover for the centre half. Smalling isn't the best, but he'll hang in there. But that's our biggest sweat this week.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to get in there because they've got pace.
Sure,
It'll be a great game. And I don't think you got much pace in the middle. But I still like, as the guy that played the little guy scores all the goals.
Who's Mata? No. Matic scored.
No, he normally he didn't score this week, but he's a busy player. He was an Englishman. He always comes off the bench. I've forgotten his name.
Jesse Lingard. Yeah.
Jesse Lingard.
He'll more than likely play.
He'll have the most pace in the middle. Matic hasn't got the pace. Matt hasn't got the pace. The carrots on the bench there. That could be a bit of an.
Well, I think Liverpool will come and sit and look to catch United on the break.
You don't think they'll have a full go?
Well, they Grand Prix, you see Klopp, they just run and run and run. That's all they do. But they've got 3 good strikers.
But
I think he'll play 3 midfield players and just try and sit back and hope to catch United on the break. But Mourinho should be too clever for that.
Yeah, but again, both these teams are guilty this year of parking the bus. Both legendary teams parked the bus.
Mourinho more than Klopp.
Yes, you're right. Well, Mourinho, you're right.
Old Trafford, he's never parked the bus, Paul. But
give us your opinion.
I think a draw, 23-10.
So you're on the fence.
Yeah.
Okay, Everton, who are struggling, and Brighton, who are cock-a-hoop.
Going well. I like Everton here, Paul. At Goodison Park, the last 9, they've won 6. Only team that's beat them is Man United. You know,
What,
Jekyll and
three
Hyde
times?
team. Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde team, but at Goodison, the faithful get right behind them. Brighton away from home have been poor, even though they've had some great results. I like Everton here.
Huddersfield, Swansea.
Well, desperation game for Huddersfield. They don't
Swansea
get a result.
keep getting points.
Yeah. You know, they signed the other IU brother from West Ham. Good result, beating West Ham 4-1. I think Swansea can get something out of it.
But just watching that, I just want to bring up a point. I don't know if you watched it. I watched that game, and they got a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
He did a staggered run.
Yeah.
IU. Why wasn't he yellow carded? Because the new rules come out.
Yeah.
His feint must have been regarded
Yeah, it was slight, yeah.
Slight,
I thought they were...
I thought, hey, boom, yellow card, they're supposed to be stopping that. But just going back to Spurs game, how they're pulling in the boxes.
They all grab.
They all do it now.
They've all done it, especially in Europe.
Yes, they've got to stop. Put a stop
They'll never
to that.
stop it.
They have to, but penalties. Remember at the beginning of the year, the guy
That's
gave
in
penalties.
England. Nowhere else in the world do they do it.
No, you're right, yeah. Okay. Newcastle.
A big game for Newcastle. You know, I like Rafa Benitez. You know, just what he's done there at Newcastle is brilliant. You know, Southampton have won 1-16.
Wow.
Pressure game, draw, big player.
Will they play the big ball boy in the midfield? He didn't play the other day.
Well, you know,
He's a good
he's got to
player.
play if
Yeah,
he's
he's a good
available,
player.
but he's a cheat. But he
West
can
Brom.
play.
We started off with West Brom.
Well, 1-27. You know, Leicester, but they've been disappointing, Leicester. You know,
they
last
have-
week
they
I fainted them. They
scraped the
cost
draw.
us one of our
Yeah.
bets.
Yeah.
Disappointing, you know, but they should get a result. This is a tailor-made because West Brom have got to go for it. They're
Yeah.
bad at the back, and Vardy and Moritz.
Yeah.
15-10 Leicester, I think it's not a bad price, Paul.
Gee, but they have flattered to deceive.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next sheet then. Budge, what about this game? Burnley got that win they were looking for.
I watched the game, Paul.
West Ham are rubbish.
Rubbish. You know,
Rubbish.
when you've got Patrice Evra and Zabaleta playing as your fullbacks, you know you're in serious trouble.
They're both teenagers,
They've
aren't they?
been superb players, but they sell-by date is
Yeah.
gone. I think Burnley can get something out of this game, Paul. I don't like West Ham one bit, yeah.
Now, poor old Crystal Palace. They were beaten the 87th minute
Yeah.
by Spurs, the 91st minute by
Yeah.
Man United. Two top sides. They've got to go to Chelsea. What a run in for.
And Chelsea have been lost 4 of the last 5, Chelsea. So
That's
you expect
incredible.
a reaction from them. You know, until Sahar comes back, you can't
Crystal
be with
Palace
Crystal
beat them
Palace.
at Crystal
I think
Palace.
they'll score Palace. They beat them last year 2-1 when my man Benteke
And Zaha's
scored a
still
cracker.
out.
Still out by reports. But you just don't know what's going on at Chelsea. They've got Barcelona in midweek. But you've got to think Chelsea will rebound, especially at Stamford Bridge.
Arsenal, Watford.
I can't have Arsenal. Yeah, I've watched them the last few weeks. I know
Stevie
they've
B
been beaten. Well, a lot of boys will be on Arsenal this week. You know, Watford have got that fight to them. The new manager, Javi Gracia, has got them fighting. If ever there's an upset over the weekend, I think this is it. Purely because the way Arsenal, they're playing the Europa League and AC Milan tonight.
Yeah.
They've got to play their best team. You'll make changes. Could end up in a draw, Paul. 7-2 for me.
Tottenham got to bounce back from
Yeah,
that.
you'd expect them to bounce back,
I
yeah.
know it's a tight ground.
Yeah.
I know Spurs used to play on tight ground.
Yeah.
They're now coming to this, the
Yeah.
Wembley. But Bournemouth, if they're on song, they make it tough.
Well, I think they've only lost 1 in 10.
That's it. So
You know, unbeaten in
this-
5 at home.
this-
But I like Spurs,
Yeah,
Paul.
Spurs have got to come through.
You know,
and win.
they're under pressure now.
Yeah, they're under pressure because they're going
5 to 10.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll drift out after last night's result, but I fancy
No,
Spurs.
they shouldn't. You know what the killer is? They play their heart out to get the Champions
Yeah.
League and then play a game like that second half to go out of it,
Yeah.
you know?
But it's a Sunday game. If it was a Saturday game, I'd say maybe. But
Yeah.
Sunday, chance to reflect,
Yeah.
make a few changes.
Stoke City got no chance.
Well,
against
they
Man
shouldn't
City.
have any chance. The way Man City are playing, especially when they played a complete different 11 last night. So 1 to 5 I wouldn't be taking, but you got to think Man City will beat them, yeah.
All right, let's have a look at the Nedbank Challenge.
Yeah,
Budge.
all cup games was 90 minutes. Yeah, the draw player, but you know, Amazulu should beat Ubuntu Cape Town. You know,
Yeah.
the second division or first division.
That's Friday night.
That's Friday night. Yeah, they're playing an Umlazi game. But Amazulu were lucky in the last round. They went through on penalties. They beat them tight to bucks. But you've got to think they'd beat Ubuntu Cape Town. Likewise, Baroka. Steenberg are in the Cape Town or the Cape region Motsepe League. They're second there. But going to Polokwane to play Baroka, you've got to think 1 to 5 Baroka is a good thing. Next game's a good game. Free State Stars are going well. Chipper hard to beat. Draw a big player.
Okay.
Chiefs have got to beat Stellenbosch after that smack. But the game's in Durban at Mozambique.
Chiefs like using that.
Yeah, that's their
venue,
second home ground. You've got to think Chiefs after losing to Pirates will rebound.
Yeah. Who are the other
Then
two?
the Sunday game, it's a local derby. Royal Eagles, Maritzburg United, playing at Harry Gwala. Yeah, Royal Eagles in the first division, they've done well. But can't see them beating Maritzburg United, even though in the last round Maritzburg United rested a lot of players. But 8 to 10 Maritzburg, I think of all the teams, looks a good thing. And Celtic against Richards Bay.
Richards Bay.
That's right. That's the team that Amazulu bought. Remember, they were Thunder Zulu Royals, so they had to change their name. So you'd think Bloemfontein Celtic at home.
Okay.
4 to 10 I wouldn't be taking, but they should be too good for Richards Bay.
All right, let's go have a look at the bets now, Budge.
Yeah, took the coward's way out, the soccer 6. I think there's 3 obvious bankers. So I've gone 3. The field with Man United, Liverpool. I think Baraka should be too good for Steenberg. I've gone the field with Free State Stars, Chipper, looking for an upset. Sevilla, Valencia should be a good game. Kaizer Chiefs should be too good for Stellenbosch. And Barcelona should be too good for bottom of the league, Malaga.
162. Okay,
Yep.
The next one, Budge.
Next one, I bank at Everton. A little bit tougher, this one. Bank at Everton to beat Brighton. Gone the field with Huddersfield, Swansea, Newcastle, Southampton. I don't see Leicester losing to a team that's only won one of the last 26 games at West Brom. I don't see Burnley losing at West Ham. And I think Chelsea will beat Crystal Palace 2-1-6.
Okay. Right, the 10, Budge.
Yeah, bank at Everton. I was short of bankers in soccer 10. Looks pretty tricky. I've gone Swansea win and draw at Huddersfield. Norwich to get a good result at Hull City. Newcastle win and draw at Southampton. Fulham win and draw at my beloved Preston.
Yeah.
Leicester win and draw at West Brom. Likewise, Burnley win and draw at Millwall. At West Ham. Burnley at West Ham. Millwall win and draw against Brentford. Now bank at Aston Villa to beat Wolves. And Chelsea to beat Crystal Palace, 256.
Okie dokie, the big one now.
Yeah, the big one, the soccer 13. I've gone Chelsea to beat Palace. Everton to beat Brighton. Swansea win and draw at Huddersfield. Newcastle win and draw at Southampton. Or should I say at home to Southampton. Leicester to beat West Brom. Burnley win and draw at West Ham. Aston Villa to beat Wolves.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, it will be pretty. It's not on. Norwich win and draw at Hull City. Ipswich win and draw at home against Sheffield United. Likewise, Millwall at home against Brentford. I've gone Fulham win and draw at Preston. Bank at QPR to beat struggling Sunderland. And Leeds United win and draw at Jaap Stum's Reading, 409.
Jaap Stum, okay, the big Dutch one. All right, let's go to the bets. The best
Yeah, the
parts,
bets,
okay.
Paul. Yeah, the Premiership quartet. I've gone Everton to beat Brighton. I've gone Tottenham to beat Bournemouth. And I've gone both teams to score in the Chelsea Palace, West Brom Leicester, 2,300 at 200.
You think West Brom are going to score?
Yeah.
They've let us down a few weeks in a
Set
row.
piece. Michael don't come off his line. It's not like his dad. Just get the ball in there. I think they'll score. And they've got to. Otherwise, they're officially gone. Championship bet. I've gone Aston Villa to beat Wolves.
Be a good game, but
Yeah,
I'm
be a
repeating
cracker.
myself. That'll be a cracking
Yeah,
good
local
game.
derby.
Aston Villa, are they still in the scrum?
Third.
That's scrum enough for me.
Yeah,
Then
so
the front row
John
is
Terry.
scrum.
I've won 9 of the last 11.
Is
Going
John
well.
Terry still
John
playing?
Terry, the captain. Yep. He's ruling the roost. I've gone Middlesbrough have come right. Lurker to get promotion. Tony Pulis' team to beat Barnsley. And I've gone both teams to score. Sheffield, Wednesday, Bolton. And then the other derby, Notts Forest and Derby County, 3,200 at 200.
All right, let's have a look at
Yeah, the win and draw, some people may cringe at what I've done here, but I've got win and draw Burnley at West Ham, Watford at Arsenal. That was the big one.
People are flopping all over
Yeah,
the
I just
floor
can't
on
have
their
Arsenal.
couches.
Yeah, I think it was 13 at 10.
Okay.
I've gone Arsenal to get a good result at Wolves. I think Bolton will get at least a draw at Sheffield Wednesday. And Las Palmas, who drew 1-1 with Barcelona last week at home against Villarreal. That worked out at 3,000 at 200.
Over 2.5.
Over 2.5, yeah. I've gone
Gee.
Chelsea Palace, West Brom Leicester, Stoke Man City, and Notts Forest Derby.
I like a bet. The second part worries me, but I do like a bet. That's a nice
West
bet.
Brom, I've got to go for it, Paul. There's no more excuses. Otherwise, he's gone and the club's gone. And the Spanish omelette, I've gone Getafe to beat Levante. I've gone Barcelona to win by more than 1 goal against Malaga. Both teams to score, Atletico Madrid, Celta Vigo. And over 2.5 goals, Atletico Bilbao and Leganes, 3,000 to 200.
The Collis King?
The Collis King, yeah, I've had to throw a couple of League One teams in. Because I've gone Tottenham to beat Bournemouth. I've gone Middlesbrough, beat Barnsley. I've gone Blackburn and Rotherham both to win home games in League One. I've gone Barcelona to beat Malaga and Getafe to beat Levante, 3,000.
Who are Rotherham playing?
Rotherham, I think, are playing Shrewsbury. I don't know. I didn't write it down. I just went through the betting odds.
All right, no problem. That looks what it's all about. We won a bet last week. We'll be winning again this week. I can see it. I just hope West Brom can put one in the net, Budge.
Paul, set pieces, how they've scored. And I've seen Leicester. They don't defend Schmeichel, though. They'll put somebody in front of Schmeichel, and they're just going to put it right on him.
Right on. And
You know,
Leicester can play.
Yeah, Vardy and Moritz and those guys.
Yeah.
And they ate, so it won't be an easy game.
Yeah.
But the pressure's off them.
Yeah.
So have a go, why not?
And Budge, or just a question at a left field, of the 20 teams in the Premier League, how many are safe? 12, 13?
I would say
mathematically?
8.
That's all. So some all in the bottom 12.
Well, you know, some of the teams can go 2 or 3, and you know,
and they drop
Everton.
into it,
You know, if they get a result this week, they're safe. But you know, mathematically, I think you need 40 points, and most of them aren't there yet.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Make sure you get your bets, and don't forget, last one standing. Rugby's cutting down very quickly, and of course the soccer. And make sure you're on side.